Hi everyone, Courtney here. I've got a review for you today of the book Dentelles, Galons et Rubans by Anne Van Damme. And this is the book that has all of the lace patterns in it that I'm using on my band sampler that I'm going to turn into a pillowcase. So I actually kind of bought this book a little bit blind. I saw the listing on Amazon and I knew that some of the patterns I'd found on Pinterest were from that book, because thankfully they were properly attributed. But I didn't know what all was in here, and it was kind of an expensive book. It cost me about $30 on Amazon. So I did feel like I was kind of taking a risk buying it. But I am very happy with what I got for my money. So in case any of you out there were also interested in this book or looking for a good resource for a variety of lacy patterns, border patterns for cross stitch, then I'll show you what I've got in this book, and maybe you will like it too. Alright. So here's the book. It's a good size. Could be a nice coffee table book almost. It's a hardcover. I didn't actually see an option on Amazon for softcover or paperback, so this is what I got, and this is what I would have elected to buy anyway if I had the choice. It's a really nice finish. This book is in French, by the way, which doesn't matter too much because cross stitch doesn't have a language, but some of the descriptions you might not be able to understand unless you use Google Translate. So the general format of the book, it has a whole bunch of big glossy pages with pictures on them in the main body of the book, and then in the very back of the book is glued this cahier technique, which is basically a workbook or handbook, and this guy is what holds all of the actual charts for the patterns that you see in the book. So if you want to, you can detach this and work with just the paperback workbook. So that's a pretty handy feature. You don't actually have to struggle with holding open a hardcover book when you're actually stitching from these patterns. So I haven't been brave enough to actually take this out. It's held in by some of that plasticky glue that they use to hold gift cards on to the cards, but I've left it in there. So that also means, since the charts are all together in the very back here, that I can actually show you every full page of the book itself. So that's what I'm going to do, so that you can see the beautiful patterns that are in here. First of all, here's a photo of the author, Anne Van Damme, and some introduction about her and who she is. If you read French, or if you want to put it in Google Translate, you can learn about her. The book is split up into 3 sections. The first section is called Rubans, Tissus et Galons, which I believe means ribbons and stripes, or ribbons and bands. Fin Dentelle is the second section, which is what I'm mostly working from, which of course is lace. And the last section is called Abécédaire, Marquoir, Grand Format. And I'm not sure what all of that means, but I know that Abécédaire means alphabet, and she does have some larger patterns in that section of the book as well. So on we go. First section. There's some Valentine ribbons. Some more lovely ribbon patterns. You've got some florals in there, some shapes. a lot of what she does is white on raw linen, but these are some of the few in the book that have color. More lovely ribbons. A few more bands and some tissue, which I'm not sure exactly what that word means, but it looks to be like a repeating pattern. Down here, you could repeat these as much as you wanted. Joyeux anniversaire means happy birthday. This means Jeanne is 3 years old, and I assume this is a birthday down here, a birthday sampler. La Maison de Bonheur. It says welcome, bienvenue. Some keychains. That's kind of cute. Jeu de frise pour la cuisine. That means for the kitchen. Of course, this says bon appétit. C'est ton tour aujourd'hui. I don't know what that means. Aujourd'hui is today. Recette de chef. Things the chef would say, maybe? Oh, this, I really like this page. It's called Les Torchons de Grand-Maman. And it has a whole bunch of plaid patterns on here. I think these are just lovely. I'm not sure where I would use them, but I think they're great. Second section, Fin Dentelles. This section begins the patterns that I'm using. On this page, I'm currently working, my first band is this second one down in the middle. But I also plan to do this one. Over here, a couple of them are repeated without the fine chain link and kind of style stitches, back stitching in the back, but this one's beautiful. These are very large. I would love to do them as well, but I don't know if I could go that long without actually finishing a band. I also really like this bottom one down here. As I go on my band sampler, I think I'll just pick whatever calls out to me whenever I'm about to start a band. This was one that I had on the burlap, actually, that I had seen on Pinterest, so I'll definitely be using this one again. This page says here, l'art de faire des courbes et des rondes avec des petits carrés, which means the art of making curves and circles with little squares. I thought that was a nice description of cross stitch. Several more lace bands on this page. This one is hard to see in the corner of the book, but I had used that on my burlap as well. I also like this one and this one. Vous pouvez répéter à l'infini ces rubans de broderie anglais, which means we can repeat to infinity these ribbons of English embroidery. You can make them as long as you want to. Un cœur de dentelle, the lace heart. That one is the one that's featured on the cover of the book. Ce souvenir des belles choses. These are like event samplers. Petit souvenir d'un grand jour. This is a birthday one. Christmas, Noel. And That looks like a birth of a baby. Just little samplers for important days. Je pense à toi. That means I think of you. Petit mot doux means sweet little words. Nous t'attendions. We are waiting for you. Bienvenue, baby. This is a baby sampler. Very sweet. Gage d'amour éternel. Eternal love, of course, but I don't know what gage means. Veuve de bonheur. I'm not sure what veuve means either. There are probably a lot of you out there watching this who do speak French very well, much better than me. I know what all this stuff means. Merci. Most people know that one. That's thank you. These are some lovely floral borders. I hope I wasn't too far out of the frame there. Maybe I was. There's the last 2 pages. These are lovely with color, I think. Just in case you missed them because I was outside the frame. Last section of the book, the abécédaire. That is the first 3 letters of the alphabet in French. A, B, C. The ABCs is what that means. This one I think is lovely. Cadre fleuri, flowery squares. I think that one's great. Tableau de naissance. This is a birth sampler. Gorgeous. Bienvenue, Juliette. I really like these spiral ribbons. I'll probably put those on my band sampler. Dentelles de rose. This one has really made its rounds on Pinterest. It's just beautiful, of course. Sort of like Save the Stitches almost, in the sense that it shows off these beautiful different kinds of black work, which of course is not stitched with black. But I may do this one. I really would like to. Maybe on the other side of the pillow from my bands. That would be gorgeous. I do have plans to make a second pillow as well, so maybe I would do that on that one. Lettres en dentelle. Lace letters. She has several alphabets at the back of this book. Marquoir blanc. I don't know what that means. But this page has some lovely bands on it as well. I particularly like this one. It looks a little bit leafy with the swirls here. I would definitely like to put that one on my band sampler. This is a great little alphabet also. Oui pour la vie. Yes for life. This is a wedding sampler. I think that's a lovely phrase. This means delicate and refined. This embroidery can transform. I don't know what that means. Cloisons d'alliance. To immortalize a magical moment. Nos plus beaux jours, our most beautiful days. This is sort of like a family Bible type of sampler where you can put important dates for your family down at the bottom. Love these roses. And that's it. Looks like. So that is Dentelles, Galons et Rubans by Anne Van Damme. If you're looking for a book that has lace patterns in it, if you enjoy this kind of embroidery, I definitely recommend getting this book. Like I said, the charts are all in the back. They make it very easy to read. So I can't recommend this highly enough. I also have today a mini haul. This is nothing really surprising, but because I told you that it was coming. But I told you I think I'm on the auto ship list for the gingerbread train, which is being put out by Country Cottage Needleworks. The gingerbread village, I mean. The gingerbread train is this pattern, which is the first installation out of 11. I got this from my local needlework shop, Stitches from the Heart, along with the button that goes with it. It sits there in the middle train car. And to go along with this, I bought the called for specialty threads. Kind of a mess in here. This is Pecan. By Weeks Dye Works. This actually has some very nice variegation in it. Hazelnut by Weeks Dye Works. Classic Colorworks Bean Sprout. This variation is very nice. Very nice. It stitches up beautifully. And then also Classic Colorworks Ribbon Red. This has almost no variegation at all. But it's a lovely, vibrant color. So there they all are for Gingerbread Train. And maybe you're able to tell as I have some working threads here. I have started stitching on this. And I will show you my progress in my next WIP update. It'll take 11 months, like I said, for all the patterns to be released. So I won't be done until the end of next year. But I am really looking forward to that. And I'm hoping that I will be able to keep up as the sections come out and stitch them actually every month. I think that would be wonderful. So anyway, yep, gonna get going on this one. I actually started this one. I have not started the Santa's Village yet, although I'm doing that as well. But I did start Gingerbread Train because that one is not a stitch along, and that one I'm doing just by myself. The stitch along for Santa's Village starts in January. So I will show you my progress on Gingerbread Train in a couple weeks when I post my next update. Also, not cross-stitch stuff exactly, but definitely cross-stitch related. I went to Joann Fabric just recently and bought some fabric and thread and buttons. And I got these because I watched a recent video of that was posted by Jennifer Apodaca. Jennifer, if that's not how you pronounce your last name, I do apologize. That's my best attempt at it. She posted in a recent video, she showed a whole bunch of different types of fabric that she had gotten for the purpose of making slip covers for her school frames and Q-snaps. And she got so many adorable patterns, and I thought they were just gorgeous. And I thought, you know, she just briefly went through her method for making them, and I thought, hey, I could do that. I have a sewing machine. That seems simple enough, and so I went and picked out a lovely piece of fabric, and to go with it, some navy thread and navy buttons. And I'm going to make myself some covers for my scroll frames because now I'm doing multiple whips and I don't like that they just sit out in the open when I'm not working on them. I would really like to be able to put them away and protect them from dust and cat hair and sunlight and all of that. So I will show you the completed slip covers hopefully in my next video if I have them made by then. So that's all I have for you today. In my next video I'll do another whip update, the November whip update, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. So until next time, happy stitching everybody.